joined by Mr. J.N. Gupta, former Executive Director of SEBI. Thanks very much for your time. This, of course, someone who's been part of the of SEBI at large. This fresh allegation and a grave one at that against the SEBI chief. How do you think this will impact the stock markets in days to come, as well as the entire standing of the market regulator at large?
Good evening. Good evening to read your viewers. Thank you for having me. I have to first say that it is very difficult for anybody to say that what is going to be the impact of this report on market tomorrow, because every investor is free to take his own call. But I would say, if I were the investor, what I will do? If I were the investor, I would read this report and throw it in dustbin. And probably the dustbin will also say, don't throw this report to me. It is not even worth this place. So this report is as rubbish as it could be. Therefore, I do not expect any intelligent investor or anybody to give cognizance to this report in any manner and continue their life as if nothing has happened.
Right, sir. But for those who are reading just the headlines, and those who are, of course, reading just the peripherals, what would you say to them? How do you think India can, and as well as from the economic standpoint, as well as the stock market point of view, we have seen panic reactions in the past. How do you think allegations and baseless reports, as well as allegations really coming in at large, serious and grave ones at that, can be contained from a market and economic standpoint?
I will say, see, everything has its own time and everything has its own reputation and everything. When in 2023 Hindenburg report came, it created a stir in the market. It caused mayhem in the market because people thought that something is really wrong. Otherwise, nobody will be writing such a voluminous report. But 15 or 20 months down the line, we see that what was the problem, it is no more there. Most of the Adani stocks have, to the best of my knowledge, have already recouped their losses and investors are there. So what has happened? You tried to fool somebody, they got fooled, but then your first attempt failed. It does not mean that you keep on making attempts and all your attempts will have the same success. You have seen earlier, they raised the issue on the Kotak. It didn't have an impact. And they were issued show-cause notice and now they have caused something. So here at least public intelligent enough to say that, oh, this is a reaction of an action that SEBI has taken. I do not want to connect the two, but yes, the fact is this: if you read the report, all the allegations that have been made are worthless, not even worth discussion. But since you have invited me and we need to discuss, so I will give you one simple example. There is allegation that Madhavi Book and her husband has invested in a fund where Adani was also investor and that Adani company was part of investigation, blah, 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 although nothing has come out of that investigation. But imagine a situation that I go to a company and I want to put in money. So as per the regulation, the company will do KYC on me and try to see whether I am the genuine person or not. And company will show me that, look, they are registered and everything is there. Now, what this Hindenburg report says, that in 2015, the Madhavi Book should have asked the fund that show me details of all your subscriber. I want to see CV of all subscriber and Janam Patri of all subscriber, and ensure that none of them would ever be coming into regulatory oversight in 10 years' time. So they should have gone to an astrologer and astrologer would have said, oh, the Janam Patri said that in 2023, Hindenburg will come out with a report and you will be at SEBI and you will be investigating. So in order to protect yourself from the future event, do not invest now. Investment do not happen. You go to invest in mutual fund and you want to say that show me all the 1 million investors in your mutual fund. Only after I am satisfied, I will invest. So all these things are expectations which are neither rational nor required. So when you make such allegation that in 2015 they invested and in 2023 Madhvi Book was at the SEBI chairperson and she investigated Adani, she should not have investigated, or there was some sort of agreement between them in 2015. I don't think even a comic writer or a fiction story writer would be able to write such a story.
Right. And, as part of SEBI chief's statement, really, when she says and she's denying these allegations by Hindenburg and she's terming them absolutely baseless, when she's saying this is an attempted character assassination at large in response to the show cause notice issued, what would you say?
I would say very simply that when you're in a public service, you will be attacked by all types of people. There will be some people who are jealous of you. There will be some people whom they wanted you to do something, you have not done something, or you have done something which has harmed them. So you will have all types of people will be targeting you. So one of my senior had advised me way back. He said that when you are in a public service, behave like an elephant. Walk your own path. Don't look behind what somebody is saying. Create your own path. And that is how I say a public servant has to be doing this. As long as your conscience is clear, it is not pricking you. Do not care what people say. Yes, it is an attempt, and it is not only an attempt to target Madam Book, but it is an attempt to target an institution whose reputation is great. And I have no problem in saying the SEBI among the securities market regulator all around the globe, be it US, UK, the systems that we have devised, the system that we have in our stock exchanges are much, much beyond they are available in anywhere in the world. I will give you one simple example. Only 2 days back, I was reading that United Kingdom is saying that their regulator is going to regulate ESG rating provider. Well enough. But do you know that in India, this regulation is in existence for more than a year? So we have a leadership status in many of these things. And this thing is not digested by people. How come India, which was our subservient, could be a leader in the field? That is the problem.
Right. So then, are you taking this a step further and saying that this is a targeted attack at India's market regulator, stock markets, and the Indian economy outperforming at large?
So I'm saying, see, one really does not know because it is only the writer who knows what is the intent. We can only surmise the target. So the idea is very simple. One can say that it is a personal attack on Madam Book. One could say it is an attack on the organization. One can say it is an attack on the system, the securities market, or it is an attempt on Indian economy, or it is an attempt. Some people I was reading some comment that probably people do not want her extension to come or something like this. They want her removal. So creating all this, and that is all type of rumors can be floating. I don't believe in any of the rumors, but I would say that as far as this report is concerned, it has nothing which should in any way negatively impact Madam Book or SEBI.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and for decoding this for our viewers. We, of course, will take a short break and be back with more news and updates.